This is a short presentation from Zurich30 for the Leuchtenbach case study. In this picture, I'm in front of the building where we will be in the second half of this week. In order to prepare this case study, I did two things for you. First of all, I went on a bike trip crossing Zurich from Seebach to the lake. I prepared a camera which took every 10 seconds a snapshot, and this is what you're watching now. As I said, I started in Seebach, went through the area of the hotel, which is called Leuchtenbach, which is actually part of Seebach. You might have noticed that there's the Swiss television tower located. This is also the reason why most people in Zurich know that area. I'm also passing by the iconic school building. I will pass by Oerlikon Center, take Schaffhauserstrasse up the hill, afterwards passing by the ETH and the University of Zurich in the center, and then finally I reach the lake. As I needed to go back to Lausanne by train, I strolled along the famous Bahnstrasse towards the central station. You know, cycling from Leuchtenbach to the lake only took me about 30 minutes. While cycling, I noticed how the cityscape changed and how quickly that took place. And while cycling, seeing and smelling Zurich, I was thinking about what I personally like about Zurich and if I would actually move to Zurich myself. But not to downtown or lakeside. No, to Zurich-Leuchtenbach, to the north side of Zurich, where for me the motorway and the airport is. So I asked myself, what would it take me to move to Leuchtenbach? How could my daily life be improved? How could I engage in the neighborhood? Would I engage at all? Is there anything I actually miss in my neighborhood at the moment? To find out, there is no better way than asking people who live in Zurich directly. So I planned a couple of interviews in order to make a social section through Zurich, from Seebach to See. Zurich has 12 districts called Kreise in German. I went to see 14 very different citizens of Zurich living in 10 different Kreise. Actually, 2 only work in Zurich and live outside on the lakeside. One on the Gold Coast, the other on the Silver Coast. People say one of the most important things in Zurich is money. So I also asked them about their income situation. I classed the income in ranges from under 50,000 francs. From 50 to 75, from 75 to 100, from 100 to 150, and then more than 150,000 francs per year. There is only 1 out of 14 who did not want to give me an answer concerning the income. To my surprise, the income wouldn't necessarily correspond to the image of the area they lived in. And also there isn't a gap. I got citizens from all categories of income, all over the city. But now comes the interesting part, coming back to my moving questions. They all knew Leuchtenbach, and all of them want to stay in Zurich out of various reasons. 8 out of 14 would actually move within Zurich if their daily life would improve. Against the common saying everything in Zurich is about money, you can see yourself that these 8 come from 5 out of 6 different income categories. So I dare to conclude that this is much less about having money than people think. So what would it take these 8 people to move to the new quarters of Leuchtenbach? What is the unmet need? What is the motivation? Analyzing their needs, I had to class them in 2 groups. Group 1 is having no kids. 3 out of 8 have no kids. Group number 2 is having kids. So the other 6 have kids. Actually, even half of them have more than 2 children. For group number 1 with no kids, the 3 most important reasons to move to Leuchtenbach were having space to breathe, meaning having nature and landscape not far away, or simply having a nice balcony. The second reason, the new apartment needs to offer not only space and good value, but also good light conditions. For all of them, the new area needs to function in the way that there are shops, grocery stores, restaurants, and at least one good cafe, or in German, a Beiz, where one can go to socialize. The exchange with other people seemed to be extremely important to Group 1. Group 2 is the kids group. Actually, it came out of one mouth. Top motivation here is to have like-minded people in the area. Second motivation is similar to group number 1, nature in form of a balcony, a garden and a good playground for the kid. Easy to reach, no hassle with cars and transportation. A private or shared garden doesn't matter here. What seems much more important is the service, that life becomes more flexible, such as a good kindergarten service, a good school service, laundry service, restaurant service, if only more flexibility regarding opening hours and organization. So far so good. This is the end of my questionnaire. I hope that Leutschenbach will become an area where people love to live and work in the very near future. And the best thing is, you might be part of it.